There's only so much you can do before parents are like, you're too young to be writing stuff like this. This is too messed up. You need to stop. Like, maybe you should tell your dad that you're having these thoughts. Maybe you should stop writing stories like this. And I just be like...
At that age, I guess, yeah, because people would think, I don't know.
I mean, that I was messed up in the head and that I was traumatized. I mean, they wouldn't be wrong.
True.
I am a bit of a complicated case study with that because more often I don't like to remember my dreams.
Right.
Where do you think I get my material for my stories?
So the writing is going well.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with different things and lots of stuff in the works. Some stuff that's more so horrific, some stuff that's more so fantasy. I'm planning on doing some sci-fi stuff in the future as well. Lots of stuff planned.
You've got like so much going on. It's very exciting that I just never know what is coming next, which is awesome in itself.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
When did you decide that you like to get into doing horror stories?
That's a really good question. I think, if I remember correctly, I was... boy, how old was I? I want to say I was in like 3rd grade when I started like really doing like sort of like oral tradition, like that type of like stories around a campfire type of thing.
Right.
And from then on, I just really wanted to see what I could do with it. I remember when I was in that grade, there's only so much you can do before parents are like, you're too young to be writing stuff like this. This is too messed up. You need to stop. Like, maybe you should tell your dad that you're having these thoughts. Maybe you should stop writing stories like this. And I just be like... But from that point on, I just toned it down for the sake of just societal appropriateness, I guess.
Well, unfortunately, at that age, I guess, yeah, because people would think, I don't know.
I mean, that I was messed up in the head and that I was traumatized. I mean, they wouldn't be wrong.
True. But they'd be like, oh my God, this is like the Addams Family, I think, a little bit, because this seems normal to this kid, which I don't see anything wrong with that. But
again, they wouldn't be wrong.
No. Some of your stories I find very disturbing.
I appreciate that.
Make me sad.
Something's hunting us, and we're sitting ducks here. We can't see shit in the darkness, so we'd be even worse off out there.
Make me angry.
I'm already dead. But just because I'm already dead.
So you're doing a good job at making those feelings come out. It's not generally my thing, but it's sort of like a train wreck that I have to just keep watching.
Now in the process of rapidly launching him into the taffy puller at the end of the production line. His terrified screams did nothing to save him from what happened next.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
There are some things that are more accessible from what I mean from like a content standpoint. Like they're not always going to be trying to make you angry or sad. I do find the importance of emotion when I'm writing stuff. Sometimes there's just a time and place to do that, and other times there isn't. I plan on doing stuff to make you laugh. I plan on doing some stuff that's more on the comedic side. Even in some of these tragedies, there will be lighthearted moments.
I like that.
Sometimes those lighthearted moments won't be a good thing.
Uh-oh.
I do plan on working on a story in the future where it's designed to make you laugh. It's designed to make you feel good, but also it's horror. And part of the premise is what happens to the characters in the story is because they laughed.
Oh, that's an interesting thing in itself.
So that'll add some psychological stuff to it.
Ah.
So you'll be like, oh, that's so funny. I laughed. And you'll be like, God damn it, now I'm going to end up like this character if you allow yourself to get scared.
Oh, okay. That's a very interesting concept. I like it.
And then naturally, because I know there's some people that are going to be like, oh, I'm going to take this as a try not to laugh challenge, and I'm not going to laugh at all. There are characters that have things happen to them if they hold it back.
Ah, so no one is safe.
Yes.
But it sounds like.
For that story. That one is in the works. That one I have some time. It's going to be a while before that one is out. And in addition to that, there's a certain sub count requirement that has to be met for that one because it has a lot of stuff to it. And I want to make sure that if I'm going to put that much effort in, people are going to see it. Because if no one's going to see it, I could just record this stuff for myself.
Right.
And just show close friends.
True. When you're saying comedy and horror, I don't know why that just triggered the movie American Werewolf in London. I don't know if you'll do anything on those lines, but that would be interesting.
I feel like I kind of have in some of the YouTube shorts that I've done.
Oh, cool.
Like there was that one where the vampire fell asleep in the car.
Yes.
It was a beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
Not for Vladislav. The vampire fell asleep in his car outside with the windows open.
It was a beautiful sunny day outside. But not for Vladislav, the vampire who fell asleep in his car with the windows open.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because I had forgotten about that one. That one made me laugh.
Thanks.
So I know, but they don't know that you have countless things in the works, which is awesome. You have a never-ending supply right now of stories that you are going to be doing, which I'm sure people are going to be excited to see what you come up with.
That's the hope. And as time goes on and I have more support and once I am able to get more funding, thanks. Once I'm able to get more funding for some of the projects by working and also just this channel growing, etc., more effort can be put in. I might be able to hire a team, which would also make it so stuff can come into fruition more quickly and more efficiently.
Right.
The blunt reality of things is money is required to make things happen.
Yeah.
But I pretty much set it up that as my channel grows, so will the quality of my content, so will the stuff that I have, and I pretty much have a never-ending reservoir of stuff that I've created.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I'm noticing how you're getting better and better with the visuals and sound.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I look at some of the first ones that I did, which for a good reason were not posted on YouTube. And I look back at them and I'm just like,
well, gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. You have to make shit before you can make gold. Like, really.
Exactly. So we are all looking forward to the progress of what you are working on and
thank you so much.
The new things that are gonna come into the picture.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited as well. And I honestly cannot wait to debut some of the stuff that's not horror. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. I'm kind of scatterbrained and I have ADHD. You're going to have to deal with that. Deal with it. But I do have stuff that's not horror in the works right now. I've been giving some little teasers here and there on Instagram for a series that I'm working on called Checkmate.
In the kingdoms of light and shadow, there lay a battlefield between them. A chessboard of sorts, where the exiled were left to die. Pools of white and black were scattered about this forsaken no-man's land. The black blood of the lightens and the white blood of the darkens painted the scene of this gruesome display.
And Checkmate is longer. It is still classified as a short story because of length,
right?
But it is significantly longer, and this one is not going to just be multiple parts. This one's going to be multiple chapters.
That is going to be awesome. I got to hear a little bit more about it, so it's going to be an exciting one.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some pretty basic animation for it. And by animation, I mean I'm going to be doing like as much as I need to get the point across. I'm not going to be spending multiple hours on animation because that would require a team. Animation takes forever to do like a 30-second complex animation. I don't have time for it. Like I would have to delegate that. I'd have to have people helping me, etc. So simple stuff, it's going to have that. I'm going to be composing music for it. It's going to be a nice time. I might have Mind Art by Kyle do some artwork for some things in the future, potentially for that series.
Awesome. I'm up for it. Is it okay if I bring up another channel that you have?
Yeah, why not?
Lexomancer?
Yeah, I mean, I've alluded to it here and there in some of the stuff that I've done. Like, at the beginning of Sliced, you can hear Japanese, or I should say, originally you could hear Japanese. I got rid of the Japanese intro because the captions weren't working in English. So it was like, oh, I clicked on this video because I expect it to be a horror story in English. And then it's just like, nothing but Japanese.
This video contains strong theatrical, horrific themes. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Chica, 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 chica. 過ぎてどんどんだよ。どうしてどう誰か助けて。どう起こったのか何していたわ。僕は写真になった。より悪いこと悪夢だね。どこだ誰だ何だ真実じゃないよ。真実的ないさ。
Right.
But you can hear that same Japanese within the video later, and there are other times where you'll hear language used. I am a polyglot. I speak 10 plus languages. Depending on how you look at it, I like to say 10 plus because I'm able to speak 10 fluently, but there are more that I have linguistic understanding of because of my studies, or that I'm learning, that I'm not fluent in yet, but I'm currently working on it by studying different books. English is my mother tongue, y después continué mis estudios en preparatoria. Als Spanisch mir langweilig wurde, fing ich an, die deutsche Sprache zu erlernen. Le français était parlé plutôt souvent chez moi, e dopo ho continuato i miei studi da solo. Depois que comecei a aprender o italiano, adicionei o português à lista de idiomas. Ecco την οικογένεια στην Ελλάδα και ο παππούς μου μίλησε τα ελληνικά στο σπίτι όταν ήμουν παιδί. После того, как я начал изучать греческий язык, я начал изучать русский язык. ロシア語を勉強し始めた後で、リストに日本語を付け加えたのです。再有养人上中文是最新的。一次我的有唱水平没有我的其他物养高。
Which I find extremely impressive, and still, even though I know, if I walk in the room and you're talking to someone in Japanese or German, I still just tilt my head and go, huh? Oh yeah, he speaks 10 languages, yeah.
Sometimes it's wild for me too. Like, I'll just be looking at something and I'll just have to take a step back and I'll just be like, wow, that entire thing it was basically in hieroglyphics and I just read it.
Wow. Now, do you dream in any of these languages?
Yeah, it does happen pretty frequently, and they say that that's a pretty good sign that you've reached fluency.
Huh.
I am a bit of a complicated case study with that because more often I don't like to remember my dreams.
Right.
Where do you think I get my material for my stories? So whenever I do dream, if I'm not resentful of the fact that I dreamt and I remembered it, sometimes I'll think back and I'll be like, okay, that was f***ed up, but at least it was in German.
And I think there's a story in there. So,
Oh yeah.
very, very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm so looking forward to see you grow, and the stories are getting crazier and crazier, which is a good thing. And I'm also looking forward to the non-horror stuff.
Thank you.
Shows your versatility.
I appreciate that. I will say that you'll always know what to expect. It's always going to be darker. So I do dark art. Visual, literary, whatever, it's all dark. So even though it won't be horrific, it's still going to have darker themes. So I don't write for children. Just saying.
And that's okay.
Also, unfortunately, any parents who are watching this, my stories very well could scare your children, even if they're not horror, so...
Just remember that.